definitely looking for.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, it's a controversial move. I know Vivid is you know, a favorite by a lot of people out there. I know Nameless has obviously had his for sure opinion about, you know, him being an underrated player, but regardless, we'll see what Boston Breach can come forward with. We'll also see on the intern what London can do, because Jay, they're also sporting a rookie themselves, Yuli entering into his third matchup here with the squad. Definitely trying to turn it around, considering that the Ravens, well, they're 0-6 in maps, 0-2 in series, and Jay, not one map yet has been close.
Yeah, we got to do something if you are London, especially if you are Yuli. I know he hasn't had the best performance so far in the league. He played up against LA Thieves. He played up against Optic. Both of those teams are well polished, so it's never going to be an easy matchup, but he's overall in that KD department a 0.7. It's not going to be easy when you're playing against some of the best competition, but if your teammates are able to slay it alongside you, that's when those stat lines can turn drastically, as you see London with basically a perfect P1 to start off this game. 40 uncontested seconds. Boston still getting those bad spawns.
Yeah, we're already looking at the London Royal Ravens. Some question marks, you know, how is Scraps going to play? I mean, if they're going to play anything like this, we very well could be in for the series the Puckett was hinting at on the desk. A 50-0 start here for the Ravens, and we'll see if Breach can start to get on board. Crimp, a 1-4 beginning for him, as really he and the roster have struggled just to even see that objective, but spawns will flip, and now here come Breach.
Yeah, Boston trying to break it from the back end. They do not want this out of the map going in towards that P3, but they cannot give all this time to London as trades go back and forth. You do have one player, Narrow's going to get that nice one over towards the next hard point, so he's the only player for Boston. Everybody else from London know that we're not going to get that junk time. We're going to fight off the rotation. You take care of Narrow. That's already job done. 6-0 for Scraps. Already earns himself that cruise missile. Is a perfect start for London in his hard point.
Jay, I'm thrown off a little bit. I'll be honest. Like, you know, you kind of assume by the way a series is going to start. I assumed it was going to be, you know, Breach looking good off the rip. But London, talk about great positioning through the first two, up 41 points. Now they've got the best rotation right now on the map here toward the statue as Kremp gets cleared out there from Nasty. That lead is only going to expand. Ravens on the verge of already reaching 100 seconds before Breach have really fully eclipsed 25. We go back again. Crimp once more silence. This is a much different Ravens roster already from the get-go, Jay. I know we're only a handful of hard points in, but this team, they are slaying it out.
Oh, they're slaying indefinitely, my friend. They are just dominating the better side of the map, making sure they're maintaining the spawns, making the kills a lot easier as they're chopping them all down as they push through double doors, give Scaps the 3. I'm out of here. Time to flip those spawns as Boston are going to spawn 2 bottom art. But at least you do have one player in Yuli who's able to get that stage spawn. He's able to flip his way out. Now all his job is just simply stay alive on that side of the map, wait for his teammates to get into the play. But if London come out to play like this, where the hell has this been all weekend so far? This is great for them.
The last time that they played Fortress Hardpoint, Jay, they walked away with 70 seconds. That was
not good.
Now they've nearly doubled it. We're not even through the first side of rotation.
Oh.
Incredible work across the board. Multiple team streaks. I think we should have some scores, or rather kill streaks coming in not too far from now. But a 100-point advantage in which Ravens are in control once more. Breach, I mean, I think it's fair to say, man, they are completely caught off guard for the first time. A moment where they're able to get a few members down on the opposite side, and now they can begin to soak up some of those precious seconds. Still down by 90. We'll see if the young gunning Crimp can eventually get going as he visits the respawn screen. He sits at 4-12.
So far, Boston finding a good break, getting a good chunk of time off of this P4 hardpoint. Try to get themselves right back into this game. They're going to be down by 72 points going in towards this Blacksmith Hill. It's now London. They're going to be fully set up off the rotation. It's all about starting off these initial gunfights right. Narrow taking down Asum. He now earns himself that 5 spree. 1 off for earning that cruise. A whole lot of pressure from the front end.
Yeah, that'd be huge, right, for Breach to be able to have that streak as well, just to counter what I'm sure is going to be a decent amount of artillery on the other side. There you go, cruise missile confirmed, and Nero not done at 6. Wants to at least make it a 7 spree, and maybe could even hit double digits. Breach beginning to wake up, but more specifically, it is King Nero trying to have his stamp toward the end of the first set of rotations, but streaks are in, and now here comes Manny Marshall flying and piloting that cruise missile. Information earned, but it is an open objective for now. 20 seconds left over at the horse statue. It's a 1v2 for the point. It's Krep who walks away with it, and Breach, well, they're making that scoreline look a lot better now, Jay.
Yeah, this is how Boston can get themselves right back into this game, trying to chain this hill towards that P1. The Scraps is able to take down Crep off of that junk time, so no one's going to be able to get this final 10 seconds. It's all about the battle of the spawns. Nasty, he's able to take down Beans, but Crep and Awakening, they combine for 2. They're maintaining stage side. They're making sure that they're spawning all of London towards double doors. Not trying to fight for either one, getting some of this hill time, but it's all about maintaining that better side. And Boston find all the kills. Now they're able to soak some time.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say for Breach too, man. Like, you can kind of tell that they are just solely focused and trying to make sure they've got those spawns. They're very carefully trickling their way back into P1, maybe just respecting the unbelievable start that London had to this hard point. As Nero goes low, Breach just continued to maintain wonderful positioning on the map. Only player they're gonna have to worry about though is a Seam. He sneaks through with dead silence, and from there, he very well could cause a bit of havoc toward the back lines. 3 players in his sight. Nero goes for the snap, not able to find that. Is it all 3? You bet it is. 3 there for a Seam, and we'll see what he can do off of it. Boston having to try to be very careful of quite a few players that have made it behind enemy lines. A big spot for them, as we'll step aside and go to a listening with the Boston Breach.
You need to come up.
I'm playing someone trying to play.
I'm playing across. In the back, in the back. We're gonna P4 last guy. He went to the back. He went to the back. P4 now. Back door.
More in the back. Back 18. Deep 18. He's playing deep back. Open and deep back.
I'm only by the mark.
Last one deep back.
Don't shoot at me.
Okay.
Front.
Nice.
Look open. Is he right corner?
Open it.
Horse.
Copy.
Open last guy.
I got streak.
Double two single.
Yep, single, I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking in. Thomas dead.
Single down.
Yeah, it's out.
Single done.
Nice.
He's on me, guys. He's on me. He's me, the corner horse.
Mass box. Dead.
Gate, nothing old.
I'm looking gate.
I need the maps.
I can come in here with the
Center me.
I got gate.
I'm on you.
Hold it.
I got maps.
Nice. Stay lock.
I'm pitching doubles. Oh, the world open.
All good. They could have from me. I'm sure.
Okay.
Yo, watch out, guys.
Okay. Help.
Crossing one shot.
Dead maps, dead.
Front, no one front.
Yeah, front of me.
Crossing
Inner.
Nice. Bottom P1.
I can streak this.
Yeah,
I'm streaking. I spawn this maps. One can spawn mine, you guys.
Nothing cross.
Top map's sucking. He's going out.
Top maps, and he's back found.
Top
Back
dead. All game set. I saw P1.
I got him.
Nice. I'm trying to get this side.
Two.
Top hold.
It's 3
guys.
Another one.
Is anyone out?
I spawn maps.
I spawn bottom.
Well, how about that check-in with the Boston Breach? One word that comes to mind for me, Jay, is energy. Kremp, the newcomer, talking about trying to be the IGL and Search Destroy. He is definitely bringing the hype right now to the team. They know that they are not just on the verge of a comeback, but now they find themselves in the lead. A complete turnaround here from the Breach boys.
Yeah, Boston, they turned it up to a whole different level in the second half of these rotations. Good time off of that P2. You win the rotation over towards P3. You get a majority of the time there to now take the lead in this game for now until London are going to take it right back. It's all about this P4. Trey's going back and forth. Beans and Kremp, they combine for 2, but Nasty's able to take down another. Now it's on a 2v2, but you see both the London players, they're going to spawn all the way across the map, so you have to try to go big. Awakening cuts them down. Boston Breach, find another one.
20 seconds still to 5-4 over at Cannons. They also have to think about that rotation, but you are definitely focused on this time right now if you're either side. London wanted to make sure that this lead has not come to a complete collapse, at least maintain a bit of something. On the other side for Breach, they smell blood in the water. As we heard from those comms, everybody feeling that much better about themselves. Kremp, a much better performance. You see him now at 25 and 26. Goes for a moment even before he hits the deck. Beans now positive. Awakening, the same thing can be said. And Nero, he's had a wonderful time inside of that objective, trying to pick up maybe from where Vivid has left off. To P5 we go, when it is the definition of a neck-and-neck game, Jay.
Yeah, it's scrappy, but at least London come out on top in the engagements, and we're able to flip those spawns. Now Boston spawning towards the back of Anvil, towards back statue. Have to try to fight of their base. It's all about starting to maintain this map control as Kremp finds one, but the trade is going to instantly be there from Asum. Already 30 and 23. This is usually his field day map where he just loves to take over the game. The first 4 times that he played some Fortress Hardpoint Lando, he was a 1.27. The last 5 times he's played it, 0.8. So he's just trying to turn it right back around. He's trying to get back to that 1.3 mode, and so far he's not. He's answering the call.
I was gonna say it looks very good to possibly maybe even look that much better now. Maybe the next few hard points. It's been an interesting stretch for him, as you said, Jay. But right now, positive 10, maybe in threat of having a cruise missile again, potentially.
Oh,
The Chow able to win that one. Confident as seen. Back to P1 we go, and now it appears that the Ravens have woke up once more. Scraps on a bit of a spree, now makes it 4 in a row. Natty Marshall also beginning to heat on up. The desk was challenging him. 0.5 and 0.6 is what his KDs have been so far throughout these opening matches. And right now, he's trying to put the Ravens on his back. London in full control right now of P1 and Boston. They've got to make a move, whether through the backside of the spawns or into P1. Number 3, Big Wake, the player to look out for. Ravens, they sniff him out.
They're all just getting cut down. London do a great job of just reading the spawns that potential players can get. You're taking down the guy that's going to try to flip those spawns on the opposing team. You do that, and you're able to maintain the better side of the map. Basically, another full 60 hold at this P1 is now going to put them 25 points away from taking map number 1. Can they do it? Can they hold on for this final push? Boston, they're getting into close spawns. That's 3 dead. Last play on the point is going to be nasty. Yes, try to go big. At least takes down 1, but Boston, they find the break.
Yuli still back here. Yuli could definitely cause a bit of chaos. However, player 4 right on and tries to go for the snap. Nero, sigh of relief or reload of the gun. As Breach realized now, these 30 seconds definitely look to be in their favor. London, a big spot. Maybe attempt to go for the attack, or maybe you just back up, park the bus, and allow for that rotation over at the fountain. It appears it will be the Ravens stalling things out, allowing for the final 15 to go the way of Breach, and relying on what has typically been and historically been, Jay, a great rotation for the team that starts it off. We'll see if Breach can once more make the brigade, make the rush into this objective, because they're going to have to do it quick.
It's all about going, man. It's all about going. You have one player in Yuli who's trying to watch the cross, but unfortunately gets some bad timing. So a couple Boston players already put themselves in a great position. Spam your attacks towards the front, blow up these trophies, and let's try to get this guy off point, because it's only 9 seconds until London take map 1.
Oh, and it seemed they recognized that he was out of the play, but he actually taking down 1, taking down 2, taking down everybody. The Breach fall by the wayside. And how about